Sego, and welcome to the 2023 Power Pitch semifinals, presented by RBC, Shopify, and MasterCard. Keely Thompson-Cook Youngyuts, and I am the Communications Coordinator of Power Pitch and the founder of Strawberry Seeds Designs. I will be your host for tonight's Power Pitch Creative Semifinal, presented in partnership with Aritzia, where Indigenous entrepreneurs from across Turtle Island will pitch for their chance to be named the creative category winner of Power Pitch. The winner from the creative category will win $1,000 cash and advance to the finals, where we will give away a total of $50,000 in cash prizes to help Indigenous entrepreneurs scale up their businesses. Nyawangoa for joining us.
Eight years ago today, I started Powwow Pitch with the vision of combining Indigenous culture and social innovation to create a platform to celebrate, showcase, and spotlight Canada's Indigenous entrepreneurs. Over the years, Powwow Pitch has supported more than 1,500 Indigenous entrepreneurs to take their businesses to the next level. And this week, we will support 130 more. 2023 has already been a landmark year for Powwow Pitch as we welcome incredible partners to the Powwow Pitch family, partners that share our values. Thank you to our presenting sponsors. Thank you to our silver sponsors. Thank you to our seed sponsors. Thank you to our collaborating partners. With their support, we have unlocked new opportunities for Indigenous entrepreneurs and grew our prize and grant pools to more than $200,000. This summer, 2,400 Indigenous entrepreneurs pitched live at Powwow and submitted their video pitches from across Turtle Island, from nations like the Salish, Inuit, Métis, Cree, Ojibwe, Anishinaabe, Mi'kmaq, and Navajo. We shortlisted the top entrepreneurs from each category and matched them with outstanding mentorship in the lead up to this week's semifinals. Every night this week, you'll have the chance to watch Powwow Pitch semifinals pitch to our esteemed panel of judges as they compete for a place in the Powwow Pitch finals taking place on October 19th. Prizes include $1,000 for the winner of each category and a $1,000 for the People's Choice Prize, a $5,000 alumni prize, $5,000 for third place, $10,000 for second place, and $25,000 for first place. Each semi-finalist has 1 minute for their pitch, followed by 2 minutes of Q&A by the judges. Judges are evaluating the entrepreneurs based on presentation, execution and follow-through, and the impact winning Powwow Pitch and the $25,000 would have on their business. Join the conversation online tonight using the hashtag Powwow Pitch.
Let's begin by meeting tonight's esteemed panel of judges. Joining us this evening is Ashley Phillips, Branch Manager at RBC, Kyle Brennan Shawinipanesi, Build Native Program Manager at Shopify, Jamila Jacob, Associate Managing Consultant at MasterCard, Tara Saunders, Director of Business Development at the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, Ivy Truong, Art Director and Director of Creative Strategy at Aritzia. It's time to meet the creative semifinalists. Let's get started.
Kwei, my name is Kristine Dandavino. I'm the owner of Oshawa Piano and Vocal Academy. I'm an award-winning vocal coach who can teach anyone, and I mean anyone, to sing while improving their mental, physical, and spiritual health. During the pandemic, it became apparent that I needed to move my studio to an online platform. Now I need to expand my online presence to support singers across Turtle Island who might not have access to in-person coaching sessions. When I win, I will use the $25,000 to purchase better equipment, develop a strategic marketing plan, and rebrand my business to reach aspiring singers who need my help. My daughter is my source of inspiration and motivation. As a single mother, I get things done, always have, always will. It's my turn to ask for financial help so that my business can thrive online. Breathe or die is my tagline. When we take a deep breath and focus, we can do anything. Miigwech. Nice to
Um,
meet you.
thank you. So, in your business, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I want to be leading great workshops online to reach singers that's the thing with technology now. I can teach anyone almost across the world who might not be able to travel near the GTA. So I want to reach those singers, and I want to be able to have workshops online and in person. So just teach a lot of people and give them what I've learned through the years.
Thank
Great
you.
job. I have a follow-up question for you.
Absolutely.
How are you?
Good.
How do you find your clients?
Well, I'll be honest, they find me. So this is why I need to improve my marketing scheme. Not scheme, well, that's a bad word. Marketing schedule. Because right now my studio is called Oshawa Piano and Vocal Academy, and I'd like to rebrand for something so that people know I've had students in the United States and Europe and Quebec and all over Canada. It's just with this, they think I only teach in Oshawa, and I don't. I teach everyone, anyone who wants to learn, and so they find me, and sometimes I get referrals, and I'm very blessed. I have a huge studio, but I can always do better and more, and that's what I need help with, and I'm not sure. Last year I purchased a really good website, and I invested in the SEO, I believe and I said, you do this, I'm going to give you my money, and it's worked. So I just need to continue that way, and I'd like a bit of money to do that. So they find me and I find them sometimes.
Thank you, Kristine. Great presentation. My question is, what makes your product unique?
Pardon me?
What makes your product unique? Oh, I think we are out of...
Okay, so the reality is I'm very gifted. I have incredible ears. I'm very blunt, very kind, and I use my intuition, the teachings of the Indigenous people, and I help very anxious singers, and I tell them, you can do this, and I'm blunt. I give them the truth, and there's a lot of poo-poo in this industry, and a lot of singers, they just don't have the right tools to get out there, and not necessarily to be a pro singer. I help a lot of people with high anxiety, people with PTSD. I teach a lot of people who are just struggling, and it is the truth when we take a big breath. And I also have 2 years of graduate studies in mental health, so I can help anyone.
My name is Ramona Emerson, co-owner of Real Indian Pictures, a production company located in Albuquerque, New Mexico. For 3 decades, we have worked diligently in the local and national film industry, producing documentaries. We work hard to tell stories about Native people, communities, and organizations. We've been able to maintain a steady roster of clients for years, and we have built a strong loyalty and trust in our brand. Our clients know us to be responsible, resourceful, under budget, and have great customer service. This trust has given us great access in some scenarios, with our documentary work being broadcast online, PBS, and on World Channel. Part of our work here involves passing our knowledge of technology and storytelling on to the next generation. There is still a massive need for media training, funding, and opportunities for Native youth. With funding of $25,000, we would partner with local media and educational organizations, offering paid internship opportunities to young Native filmmakers. This training will give them a chance to learn hands-on about the process of filmmaking. We are passionate about enabling these youth to tell stories about their communities from their communities.
Thank you so much for such a great pitch. And my question is, what is the biggest achievement of your organization so far?
Well, I think it was really our broadcast outreach at PBS and doing our work on World Channel, but also all of our workshop opportunities that we've given to Native youth. We've held summer workshops for 2 or 3 years now, and it's so awesome to see the work that they're now doing in their communities, especially the Pueblo communities, which is kind of insulated and very media weary. And so we all wanted to train those Pueblo kids to do this work in their communities, because they are so against having outsiders coming into their communities, and we understand that.
Hi, Ramona. I'm just wondering if there's any prospects that you have for going global, or if your documentaries have already kind of been on that global scene, or if it's more like national.
Well, we've had a couple of documentaries shown in France, in Germany. We did not participate in those screenings, but our films have traveled around the world. Unfortunately, we just haven't gone along with them. But I know that there's going to be more opportunities for that. I think a lot of our film work has to do with youth and the great things they're doing in their communities. And so we like to inspire people, not only nationally, but globally.
Hi, Ramona. Great pitch. My question is around your internship opportunities and how you go about finding the participants to do that.
Well, we have a very strong connection here in our local community. I am part of the Governor's Council of Film Industries. So we could do a pitch. We could actually have a call out on the New Mexico Film website. We could also do the same thing with Vision Maker Media, the native arm of the PBS consortium here in the US. And so we have a lot of ways to get that outreach there and get people applying for the fellowship.
Have you ever asked yourself how you can create change in a society built from systemic racism and colonialism? Have you asked yourself what you have done personally to contribute to that change? My name is Brooke Stratton. I'm one of the founders of Iconic Warriors. As an Indigenous woman, I carry the responsibility to speak truth, to be the voice for those who have been silenced, and to tell the stories for those whose lives have been stolen. Iconic Warriors is a socially conscious art brand that uses art to spark meaningful conversations, to promote awareness and education, and to inspire change. Our art reflects the stories of marginalized communities that so often go untold. We are committed to building a platform of diverse narratives and experiences. Our goal is to change more hearts, to educate more minds, and to build alliances with racialized and non-racialized people. With your support, we can accelerate our marketing and communication to spread our message, expand our products to include more prints that cover a wider range of social justice issues. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Together, united, we can and we will create that change.
With that passion, what do you see, like if you did get the 25,000, what would you see yourself doing in 5 years? Like what is your dream?
Spent 10 years listening to people's stories and they are always ignored. Like it's the same reoccurring thing is that nobody knows, and we are silenced. My goal is to be silenced no longer, and I'm able to take a vision through someone else's journey and be able to do trade shows and have everyone ask, oh, what's this? What's this mean? What's a red dress? What's ceremony? And then be able to do my part of, providing awareness. And that is what the goal is to provide awareness.
You have a beautiful soul. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brooke. I was wondering if you could describe more like your go-to-market strategy for this art. Like you're selling it online, you mentioned trade shows. I would love to learn more about that.
So what I think we would focus on with, if we were successful in the funds is the social media management, the influencer partnerships, the community events, because that is what we're doing currently. A lot of trade shows, we have a booth. And then obviously operational costs, but that's the goal, how we advance to the next step.
Thank you, Brooke. Can you describe the target customer for your product?
Absolutely. I think we target people who care about justice, the environment, human rights. I think social justice is a big topic. I think a lot of people are doing things. They want empowerment. They want to, it's so out there right now. So it's a market that will never die. We will always have, social justice issues, and we'll always have a market to explain ourselves to.
Hi, I'm Rachel Brimacombe from Valley Side Art. I'm a Métis artist from Lumsden, Saskatchewan, and I like to do things that put a smile on people's faces. So I've been doing that for 15 years with my successful award-winning flower shop business. I do love to paint, and you can see some of the artwork behind me. That's some of my paintings that I have done that I make and sell the prints and the originals here in my store. Now, last year, I was super excited because Powwow purchased a whole bunch of prints from me. So I was able to mass produce and sell at great profit my prints. So what I'm looking for from you guys is to help me to share my art with marketing and development at a larger volume. I want to double my revenue quarterly. This is work I've already done. I have over 100 paintings, but 60 that are good with the animals that people love that I can sell through passive income. Help me.
Fantastic. I actually think I have one of your prints sitting on my desk from last year.
Oh, yeah.
So if you win the 25,000, how do you see yourself increasing your point of sale where you're going to sell your art?
So ideally, I would like to break into the subscription box market, you know, like mass producing large amounts as opposed to a few here and there. That's kind of what I'm thinking towards. So I need to develop that, whether it's, you know, my better website for wholesale, maybe some anyway, yes.
Hi, Rachel. Your prints are so cute. My question is, I would love to know about your background. Are you a self-taught artist? What did that look like?
Yeah, I'm one of those annoying people who's just creative at everything they do. And so, yeah, I just pick up paintbrushes and paint, and I love being creative and putting my own twist on things.
Amazing. Great job, Rachel. I also have one of your prints on my desk from Power Pitch last year. So it's really awesome to see you back again. Question for you. How do you find new clientele?
Right now, most of my clientele is actually social media. I get most of my sales that way through my art. But I'd like to drive that a little bit more towards my website and try to reach out to that corporate big money market.
Thank you, Rachel. Great pitch. Can you tell us more about your team and who supports you?
So my husband is actually a great support. He went to university for business. Otherwise, I myself do most of the work. I do have staff here at my shop that runs some of the day-to-day things with me. And then at the moment, I use local print shops just in the nearby city of Regina and couriers to bring me what I need.
Love it. I won't have time for a thing, but congratulations. That was a good pitch.
Thank you.
Great job.
Conse, my name is Dallas Sutherland. I'm a filmmaker from Monero First Nation, Saskatchewan. My company that I'm pitching is Dallas Sutherland Studios. The reason why I got into what I'm doing is I'm a storyteller. I love telling stories through film. And I believe that my culture, the Nehewin culture, as well as all cultures, have very rich stories that can be told through storytelling. And if I were to be successful in the powwow pitch, I would use it to expand my business, make a website to showcase my films and my photography. And I would also use it to bring in more equipment, so that way when I do tell more stories, I can use it to get more people on my team to help me tell these stories. And I would also take my knowledge back to my community to tell my community youth that this is possible. You can do this. If you have the passion and the drive, you can make it happen. Okay.
Thank you so much, Dallas. And I feel the passion there. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into this business.
Ever since I was a kid, I loved the filmmaking. I loved telling stories. My Indian name is Four Direction Storyteller, so I love telling stories. And I believe that my culture, like I said, has very rich stories, and I just want to bring those out and show to the world. And they have very good stories and also very not good stories that still need to be told, like intergenerational traumas and stuff like that. Just stories that need to be told.
Yeah, Miigwech, Dallas. What has been your biggest highlight to date in terms of your storytelling being showcased?
My biggest highlights to date were finishing film school, going to 3D animation school and finishing that, and just the drive to actually start doing this, because I wanted to do it ever since I was a kid. But ever since I was a kid in my community, people would always say that it's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen, and just making it happen for myself. And the projects that I did in the past, my film for school, my short film that I did this year, I'm making another one, and just the passion and the drive to wanting to do it.
Great, Peach Dallas. Thank you. My question is, can you tell me what are the revenue streams of your business right now?
Revenue streams. I do like my photography business. I do photography, and that helps bring in a little bit of revenue for my business. Right now, it's just me and my business. So like I'm doing like every time I have a script that I want to do, I get everything done. I apply for grants. I have won a few grants, and that really helped me make procure equipment for my business, as well as hiring people to help me with the short films and stuff that I'm doing right now. So that's really how I'm getting my foot in the door and getting the ball rolling with my business.
Abijabek Crafts, it's a rebirth and a renewal of our ways of life of our ancestors. It was passed down to me from 3 generations of the past, the present, and the future of my mom's legacy. We want to bring economic stability to the artists within the community. They don't get a chance to go out to the powwows. So I want to have a base where they can buy, sell, and trade, or even come and make stuff. And as well as to pass down the teachings, because I'm a teacher and with a 2-eyed seeing approach, 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the future. As for our membership, one-on-one basis, building alliances, in and outdoor exposures and storytelling, and hands-on approach. For my vision for a unique wigwam centrally located, because of Mi'kmaq, 4 seasons approach in the sales and land I had set aside for my building. And I could go on, but I got cut off.
Fantastic job. I'm also a fellow Mi'kmaq, so it's nice to meet you. I would love for you to describe a little bit more about the types of products that you sell, what types of crafts you sell.
So when I talk about the 4 seasons approach, we do everything, and that's how my mom showed me how to keep her do snowshoes, mitts, moccasins. In the spring, we pick our medicines and we do the birch bark. In the summertime, we harvest our berries as well. And, you know, in our medicines, my sweetgrass, first and foremost. And in the fall, you know, we do our medicine gatherings and we share with people. And so, you know, it's like we do all kinds of stuff, you know. If you want me to do something, it can be done.
Hello, Nizia Donate. My name is Cole Matthew Rebecca Clark. I'm a First Nations Clecho citizen currently residing in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. And I'm the CEO and creative director of my brand called Stolen Lands. Stolen Lands started as a passion project for myself nearly about 1.5 years ago. It was quickly turned into a project I'm looking to take full time. It's not just a project for myself anymore, but it's a project for all Indigenous creatives. Stolen Lands is broken down into 3 sectors: our media sector, our lifestyle apparel brand, and the SL Foundation. If I were to win Powwow Pitch, I'd allocate 40% of our prize earnings to our media sector, which would go towards creating an online web series to showcase Northern and Indigenous talents and creatives. Secondly, I'd allocate 30% of our prize earnings to the lifestyle and apparel brand, which would go down to website administration fees, inventory, marketing, and promotion. Lastly, I'd allocate 20% to the SL Foundation, which is a new passion project for myself, heavily inspired by previous mentors and sponsors. The goal of the SL Foundation is to increase Northern and Indigenous-based recreational activities through sport, music, fashion, feeding, and more. Thank you, Mussy Cho.
Incredible, Cole. I mean, firstly, thank you so much for being with us. Obviously, we've all sort of seen what's going on in Yellowknife, and it's a testament to your passion and your courage just to be here today. So thank you for that. Just some questions for you. What have been some of the highlights of things you worked on in the last little while?
What heavily inspired me to start taking it full time is I actually starred in an episode for a documentary that's coming out with APTN called Warrior Up. I believe it's premiering this fall or this winter. And that was kind of my go-to. And what I started doing before that was I just started working with local Northern Indigenous talents in the music industry up in Yellowknife. And then they actually had a concert at the Folk on the Rocks Festival, which is the largest festival in North America, I believe, for folk music. And then, so I started doing a bit of media coverage for live performances for different music and creatives. Some of them were Indigenous. So what we did is we teamed up with this Warrior Up documentary and did like a 50% episode of this youth recreational event that I did through a local charity organization. And then there's also the concert performance that we held for the city. So it was just a really cool opportunity. And recently, since then, I found a new passion for covering just music talents and different talents and fashion. I shot a fashion shoot a couple weeks ago in March, or a couple months ago, sorry, and worked with artists like Leela Gilday in the music industry, Matt Mack in the music industry, Scott Wabano, who's an Indigenous fashion designer. And it was just a really cool opportunity to see how beautiful different cultures are, different Indigenous communities, and how we're all kind of linked together. So really started with kind of this documentary episode with APTN. Then I started doing some freelance stuff for local musicians and artists. And then this October, I'll actually be going down to Kelowna to cover Breakout West Festival for another Indigenous hip hop artist.
Thank you, Cole. Can you tell us a little bit more about your team?
My team is currently constructed of myself, and then I subcontract other people that I work with. So I also work with a local media studio in Yellowknife, where there's a few other talents there in the media world, and we kind of work together on projects just depending on the size.
Great work, everyone. Congratulations to all of our semifinalists who pitched in the creative category. Thank you for courageously sharing your passion, purpose, and vision with us all. You're making a difference through your work, and we are so proud of you. Now's the time we've been waiting for. The judges scored, deliberated, and selected the winner. This was an incredibly tight race, so the judges would also like to provide 2 honorable mentions and recognize the runner-up. The judges would like to provide an honorable mention to Ramona Emerson, founder of Real Indian Pictures. Ramona, your work to engage Indigenous youth and emerging talent is inspiring. Thank you for leading the way through Real Indian Pictures. The judges would also like to provide an honorable mention to Rebecca LaBillois, founder of Abidija Crafts. Rebecca, thank you for sharing your family's traditions and your passion with us. The judges loved your connection with culture and community and encourage you to keep going to create the space you and your community need. And now, the runner-up for the Powwow Pitch Creative Semifinal is Rachel Brimacombe, founder of Valleyside Art. Rachel, the judges loved your scalability of your business and the quality of your prints and products. And now, the winner for the Powwow Pitch Creative Semifinal, who is also taking home $1,000 tonight and is advancing to the finals, is Cole Clark, founder of Stolen Lands. Congratulations, Cole, for moving on to the finals and winning the creative category. Cole, the judges appreciated your passion, vision, drive, and resilience. Congratulations. Great work, Ramona, Rachel, Rebecca, and Cole, and congratulations to all of our creative semifinalists. We are so proud of you. Remember, if your favorite entrepreneur didn't make it through, you can still vote for them to win the People's Choice Award. The entrepreneur that receives the most votes by September 17th will receive $1,000 and advance to the finals. Visit powwowpitch.org/vote to vote now. Thank you, judges, for your support, excellent questions, and for selecting the winner to move forward to the finals. Please share your final reflections.
Yes, on behalf of Shopify, I'd like to thank Powwow Pitch again for inviting us back. The creative round was incredible. It was amazing. So many incredibly resilient entrepreneurs. Yeah, thanks again.
This was my first time being a judge, and I just felt the passion that's every pitcher here was just the passion was pouring out of their soul. So I really appreciate being here today. I really appreciate hearing the pitches, and I love to do it again and seeing how you guys are in the future.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much. It was a great experience. All of the ideas were fantastic, and I've learned a lot about Indigenous people as well. And another thing that I see is like a lot of energy from all of the participants. Thank you so much for having me as a judge here. Thank you.
I was really thrilled to be back as a Powwow Pitch judge again this year. On behalf of the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, I would like to wish all of the Indigenous businesses across all of the categories within Powwow Pitch good luck. Keep being you, keep being inspiring, and keep doing your communities proud.
On behalf of Aritzia, I am so honored to be a part of this year's Powwow Pitch. It was so inspiring hearing all of the pitches this year, and I wish all of the participants the best of luck in their businesses.
Thank you, judges. Thank you to our presenting sponsors, RBC, Shopify, and MasterCard. Our silver sponsors, Export Development Canada, the Indigenous Tourism Association of Canada, the National Association of Friendship Centres, the National Aboriginal Capital Corporations Association, Canada Post, Meta, Jelly Academy, Futurepreneur, Aritzia, and Raven Indigenous Capital Partners. Thank you to our mentors, volunteers, and judges for your support in bringing the 2023 Powa Pitch online and across Turtle Island this evening. Thank you also to our founder, Sunshine Tanasco, executive producer, Victoria Lennox, creative producer, Cyprian Shalinkevich, and programs coordinator, Brett Burrow, for bringing our vision to life. Huge congratulations to tonight's entrepreneurs for their passionate and compelling pitches. Thank you to our viewers for cheering on Indigenous entrepreneurs through the Powwow Pitch. Let's keep the conversation going using the hashtag PowwowPitch. Also, visit powwowpitch.org/box to learn more about the 2023 Powwow Pitch mailer box filled with products from Powwow Pitch entrepreneurs. Join us again tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern for the Youth and Startup Ideas category semifinals, and each evening this week from 6 p.m. Eastern on powwowpitch.org. Until tomorrow, I am your host, Keely Thompson Cook, signing off. Nyawant goa zazok diohak ionagi wahe.